Welcome to English classes. In this video, we will be learning about active and passive voice. This is the first part of the video related to active and passive voice. So, let's get started with the chapter.
Hello everyone. Today in this video, we are going to learn about active and passive voice. You all have already studied about this chapter in the previous class, but here again we will be studying this chapter in detail. So let's move further in our video. It's one of the most important topic of English grammar. So first let us understand what do you mean by active voice and passive voice. Let's first understand the structure of active voice. So, in active voice, what we see that the subject in the sentence performs the action. So, who is the performer of the action in the active voice? The subject, and the object is the receiver of the action. Let's understand it in a better manner through an example. For example, if I write here, Riya plays tennis. So I have written a sentence, Riya plays tennis. So, can you tell me which is the subject and object in this sentence? Yes, we see over here, Riya is the subject and tennis is the object. And which word tells about the action that is performed here? That is plays. So, action words are also known as verbs. We already know it. So, here plays denotes what? It is a verb. So, we see here that the word plays, that is the action that is being performed, that is plays, is performed by Riya, who is the subject, and the action of this word, that is plays, is performed upon what? Upon tennis. So this is the object. So who does the action is the subject, and upon whom the action is being done, that is who is the receiver of the action, that is the object. So in active voice, what we see, that subject is placed before the verb, that is the action that is performed. Now let's understand about what is passive voice. So just now we studied that in active voice the subject, that is the performer of the action, is placed before the action that is being done in the sentence, and the object is placed after the action that is performed. So over here, Riya is the subject and plays is the verb, that is the action word, and tennis is the object. So we see in active voice, subject is placed before the object. Now let us see what happens in the passive voice. So in passive voice, the sentence will change into tennis is played by Riya. So over here we see that the object becomes the subject and the subject becomes the object. So, what we see, the object that was tennis in the active voice has become the subject in the passive voice. It is interchanged, isn't it? The subject, who is the subject over here in active voice? Riya. It becomes the object in the passive voice and the verb has changed into its simple past form. So the sentence is, tennis is played by Riya. So the performer of the action is placed later in the sentence and the object upon which the action is being performed is placed earlier in the sentence. So this is the passive form of the sentence, Riya plays tennis. So in our video, we will be studying in detail about different type of cases when the verb is in past, present or future form in the active voice and how it is converted into the passive voice. So we will see it in our video further through some examples so that you understand it properly.
Let's see some examples with the help of the verb cook. The first case will be when the sentence in active voice is in simple present tense. So let's see the example. If the verb in the sentence in active voice is in present tense, in passive voice it will be changed into is or are or am plus the past participle form of the verb. Over here, cook will change into is, are or am cooked. Let's see in the sentence. In active voice, mother cooks the food. So here the verb is cooks, which is in simple present tense. So when we change in passive voice, it changes into food is cooked by mother. So the object becomes the subject in passive voice, that is food, and the subject in active voice, that is mother, becomes the object in passive voice. And the verb changes from cooks to is cooked. The sentence now is food is cooked by mother. Let's see one more example. In active voice, the peon rings the bell. In passive voice, it changes to the bell is rung by the peon. So the bell becomes the subject in the passive voice and the peon becomes the object in the passive voice, and the verb changes from rings to is rung. So the sentence is, the bell is rung by the peon. Now let's see how to convert the sentence from active to passive voice when the sentence in active voice is in its simple past tense. For example, if the verb in active voice is in simple past form, in passive voice it changes into was or were plus the past participle form. For example, over here, cooked in active voice will change into was or were cooked in passive voice. Example, in active voice, the sentence is mother cooked food. So the verb is cooked. In passive voice, it becomes food was cooked by mother. So cooked changes into was cooked and the subject object interchanges itself. Let's see one more example. In active voice, the sentence is peon rang the bell. So in passive voice, it changes into The bell was rung by the peon. So rang changes into was rung. And the bell becomes the subject in passive voice and peon becomes the object in passive voice. So that was all in this video regarding the changes from active to passive voice. The rest of the part related to these videos will be uploaded in the further classes. So please watch the video and try to solve the exercises besides the answer that we will be providing. Thank you so much for watching the video.